Someone says, do you think hip hop will ever embrace the LGBT community fully? And then Ross answered quickly and was like, I believe hip hop has already embraced it without a doubt. So when I read that, I thought about some of the conversations that we've had, about the Lil Nas X phase and the video and all the stuff that he had in the backlash. I don't know if I agree with how easy Ross said this based off the trends and certain things that we see. What do y'all think about that when you hear Ross say that? Jay Moore, I'll come to you first. Is that legit?
I think it is legit. Okay. Being on the, between my time in radio and records and, working in clubs and concert venues, you got to understand you're always going to be around gay people.
Right.
And as far as was anybody really surprised when 𝗏𝗏 came out as gay?
Come on now.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, so I think we've always had people within the industry, high up in the industry, if you will, who have been gay. And you know what? People have just dealt with it. I don't think there's been a time where it'd be like, what? So-and-so is gay. Well, I'm not going to perform here. It's never been like that. Between all the managers and stylists and people who work in the companies and who, maybe record reps, you would be foolish to think that you could be out here working in entertainment and say, well, I've never seen any gay stuff in hip hop. That would be foolish for you to even say out loud. Everybody who works in hip hop, whether they knew it or not at the time, has a picture or there's video of you with somebody who's gay. I remember I want to say it was 𝗀𝗏𝗛𝗏 that Biggie Smalls was in, and they're shooting dice on the corner with the Timberlands, looking real Brooklyn with it. But 20 years later, Dream Hampton, or I want to say Dream Hampton, shout out to her, pointed out that one of the dudes who's in this particular picture that says used as an advertisement, that dude is gay, standing right there next to, Notorious B.I.G. So I think there are some fans that don't believe that, their favorites have been around and have been accepting of people of who are of the community. I don't like to throw out all the letters and the pluses and all that because I don't want to get it mixed up because it changes enough to where I don't want to offend anybody, regardless of what I just said about Juicy.
Right.
But I think I really think hip hop, honestly, because hip hop has accepted homosexuality so much behind the scenes just because that's a part of the infrastructure of hip hop that when so and so comes out as gay or you find out somebody, I don't think it's a big deal anymore. The only thing that made it kind of wild with Lil Nas X is because we found out immediately. Well, no, we didn't, because we didn't know until Old Town Road had already been number one for 12 weeks
Huge.
Or whatever. And then he goes from being a cowboy to being hella gay in his next big look. But I honestly, I don't think it's a big. I mean, maybe I take that back. For male rappers, it's still a bit of a taboo. You think about when you listen to female rappers, they talk about kicking it with girls all the time, even if they're straight. You'll never hear a straight male rapper talking about doing some gay stuff just on the low. That's different. True. But you'll hear there's a part in a song that's like, I ain't gay, but I let it.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to fill in the words because, I'm not trying to do no extra work for the sentence. but for real, you hear my girl got a girlfriend, you hear female rappers talk about, engaging in lesbian behavior all the time. I do think it's still taboo, so I'm going to walk it back a little bit. You'll never hear a straight male rapper talk about getting it popping with another man just for a look.
Jump in there, Lone. What you think?
I actually completely disagree with Jay.
Okay, talk to me.
I mean, not completely, but I think it depends on how we define these things, right? Because if we're talking about just the way the industry works, yeah, I don't think that it really halts for anybody as long as there's money behind it.
True.
But if we're talking about fans, which I know you kind of mentioned a little bit, I mean, all we have to do is go to our comments section.
That's
on our podcast, and it's no, I mean, hip hop, as far as fans, especially anybody older than 50, is super against, maybe not even against, but just super homophobic.
Not even older than 50.
Don't yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
don't even care about it. And let's not even mention trans, because we're
Right.
just talking about gay. We're just talking about, but trans is not accepted at all. Period.
Right.
So I don't think we're anywhere close to that. I think I think women being
Sexually fluid.
yeah, I think that's just because I don't know. Women are kind of controlling their own narrative in that space right now a little bit, and I think they have a little bit more. I know this could be butchered, but I feel like they have a little bit more freedom to be open about these things.
No, you even
You know?
when you take it out of celebrity in hip hop, like I'm not sure who y'all have talked to, but I know women who are married to men right now who say, I did a little experimenting. And that didn't stop them from doing what they got to do. But if you don't hear a dude say, "Yeah, I got to pop him with another dude my freshman year. I ain't like it though."
It's a whole lot more provocative to hear a woman talk about being with a woman.
Exactly.
Accepted,
And I think it's
to men and women.
but I think it's because it's a man's quote unquote industry. Like we're speaking about it from the man's angle. Like we're used to, I think it's something that's not really spoken about. I think it's gotten a little bit more open as far as the artists that have come out and done it. Kevin Abstract is gay. I don't even want to mention Tyler. I don't even know because he trolls so much. He's probably straight, or maybe he's not. We don't know.
His troll game is high.
And then there's the Isaiah Rashad stuff, which who knows how he's doing. Hope he's doing all right.
Yeah,
True.
because somebody put him out there, and I ain't
heard from dude since, like
That's
no
not cool.
tweets or anything. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of his.
But like Kevin Abstract was one of the first rappers that I saw that was like super open about it. He's in Brockhampton, if you're familiar with that group.
Brockhampton.
And I feel like the younger generation is a lot more progressive than what even our generation is. It's just like they're growing up with it as a part of the culture. It's more so acceptable. They kind of, I don't know. When we grew up, it wasn't mainstream. It wasn't mainstream like that, So,
I agree with that. Yeah.
It's almost nowadays, I hate to say it, kind of a popularity contest to even say that you are in some cases.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, there's so many layers to that.
Yeah,
because
it is.
I had a
He on to something though.
Conversation with as far as this is kind of a renaissance, if you will, for Black creatives as far as getting things on television.
Right.
But it seems to be one underlying thread that's in every single TV show. And I was, it's almost like I wait for it to happen.
Yeah.
As far as them introducing
the how is what I
Kind of like the new Bel-Air has Ashley playing. Well, she hasn't necessarily came out as gay, but she's definitely bi-curious.
Yeah, but that's when I wasn't surprised by that. I was waiting for it to happen because that seems to be the trend right
to
now.
Lone's point, as we speak about eras and how things have changed, that would have been the shock meter would have been on 100. 15 years,
put that
20
on
years
Time
ago.
magazine. Remember when Ellen said she was gay? They put on a couple of magazines.
I think, but I think the reason
not a big deal now.
I think the reason why it's kind of annoying sometimes is because we can tell that they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's pandering.
Agreed.
It's not that it's not like it doesn't belong or anything. It's just that a lot of times it seems like they are intentionally putting different demographic groups.
That's
whatever it
absolutely
is.
I agree with
that's
that.
the part that's kind of like okay.
I don't have a problem with it unless it comes off as lazy storytelling.
Yeah, for
sure. I felt like when all of a sudden there was a show called How I Got Away with Murder. I don't know if it still comes on with and then all of a sudden like the main character Annalise Keating, they was like she was gay in college or whatever. I was like, this doesn't fit. Like it doesn't fit anything. Like, so I it wasn't that they introduced her as engaging in homosexual behavior, but I thought this is lazy storytelling.
There's sometimes I'm caught off guard. When I say off guard, I know what you mean when you say you're looking for or it's going to come. Like, what's my boy's name in Eternals?
Oh yeah,
that has the husband.
Oh yeah,
you're from Atlanta.
Yeah, my boy. I can't think of my boy's name.
Oh,
dope actor though. Yeah, he's cold.
He's been killing it.
Like, well, I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, and then
kind of like the new Spider-Man is not Spider-Man, but Superman is gay. Like it has to be written in. But I think we're getting a little farther away.
Yeah. I mean, let's not.
But go ahead, Terry. Do you have anything on just the concept?
I mean, it's always been in the culture, but it hasn't been out in the culture, so to speak. So like, I mean, even down to the fashion. everybody was very into Versace. Versace was an openly gay clothing designer. Biggie rapped about wearing Versace. A lot of other rappers rapped about wearing
Biggie
Versace.
and Pac.
Pac too. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're rubbing elbows. It's like this is way before even rap. Club 54. You know, there was a lot of different things going on there, but that was part of the entertainment culture.
Yeah.
That was just the visual. That's what everybody could see, but that's kept going on behind the scenes regardless,
Right.
whether you're seeing it or not. So these are the people that are actually running the music business. They're probably even to protect their bottom line and their dollar are telling people to not be open about whatever's going on out here. Don't talk about it, blah, 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 because they got to protect their pockets as well. I mean, there's always been talks about things going on in hip hop that nobody knows about that other people don't talk about either. Because it's like, I mean, it's a community or a fraternity, so to speak, where things that happen don't necessarily come out in the blue. I mean, I've even heard stories about Rick Ross being kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they say that, you know, they say you either have to do one or two things if you want to really be put on. That's either start worshiping the devil or be gay.
I swear.
And the thing is, I know there's some gay people who are like, you know, where's my record deal?
No,
you know?
but I mean, I just think I don't think it's openly acceptable for like this machismo male hip hop artist to come out and all of a sudden he's Omar from The Wire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see that happening anytime soon.
No.
I kind of see cliche or things that are just create a buzz happening as far as, oh, this guy came out and he's gay. But there's not any older people or people that you've known about that are coming out saying that they were gay. The only person that was caught up, never really even came out and said anything, was Mr. C.
Yeah.
And that's because he was caught up on multiple times.
Yeah,
but he
law
never
enforcement got involved.
He never came out and specifically said that I'm gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the incidents where he was caught up with were trending that way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see anybody older in the business coming out male wise. I could probably see a female MC or somebody coming out saying that might be the case, but I don't really see any males coming out up front to say that they're gay versus the younger kids coming up that are more open to being
more
like,
established, older?
Yeah, more established.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at this point in their career, it doesn't benefit them either which way.
Right.
To say that I'm gay or not. I mean, because that ship is already sailed and they are who they are. And personally, I don't think that they would want their business out there like that if they've already made it this far without it being public eye. I don't know.
What's the point?
I don't know.